wins away from 1,000 in her career. And we are underway. Virginia in their road blue uniforms, Tennessee in their home whites.
Tennessee will start out in man-to-man defensively. Expect Virginia to do the same thing on their end of the floor. Monica Wright's the player to watch right there, Dave. She is an all-ACC selection, a terrific scorer for Virginia. Second in the ACC, returning as the leading scorer in the league last year. Last year.
5'11" junior out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Misfires on her opening shot from the elbow. Tennessee will inbound the ball. Some pressure from Virginia.
Yeah, no question Debbie Ryan does not mind this being an up-and-down running game. And, of course, you know Pat Summitt prefers that as well.
Kate McMahon, a sophomore out of Maryville, Tennessee.
Based on injuries to Tennessee, this is the most experienced lineup that Pat Summitt can put on the floor right now. There's not a whole lot of returners from last year with those 7 freshmen.
And a violation against Tennessee will give it back to Virginia. You mentioned that lineup. Tennessee will go with a couple of sophomores, 2 freshmen, and a senior in Fuller. And off the bench, doesn't get any better. You got 1 sophomore and the rest are freshmen.
Right, in Tennessee, you'll probably see around the 10-minute mark. I would anticipate there being 5 freshmen on the floor at that point in the game, because that's what happened on Saturday against San Francisco.
Nice up and under move from Hardy. Can't complete the basket. Here comes Tennessee. Smallbone working on right. Get it back to McMahon.
Virginia is quick. They're athletic. They look like they're in the best shape that they could possibly be in for a Debbie Ryan team.
And a hold against Virginia. Ariana Moore will pick up the first foul of the game.
Watch McMahon trying to get the ball in the middle of the floor. And then you see Ariana fighting over the screen. Gets hooked up with Glory Johnson.
Nice little tap back to McMahon, and she knocks down the 3, and Tennessee's out in front early.
Neither one of these teams shot the 3 ball very well in their first games. They've got to work inside out. Both coaches prefer that.
Tennessee 4 out of 21 from behind the arc. That's 19%. Virginia 4 out of 24 for 16%.
Tennessee doing a nice job right here. Glory Johnson on the out-of-bounds play. Great spacing. Nice touch pass. Glory Johnson is the most athletic of the 7 freshmen.
Smallbone hit. Count it. 4-point opportunity on the way.
Good spacing. Nice job by Shekinna Strickland, who gets into the paint off the dribble and then kicks it out to Smallbone. That is her strength. She does a great job of relocating outside the arc, knows where her feet are behind the line.
That foul on Hardig. Her first, team second, and Smallbone converts the 4-point play, and it's now 7-0. Tennessee. Moore going baseline. Kicks it out. Milner knocks down the 3, so Virginia answers.
Brittany Milner in a senior year getting back-to-back starts.
And a kick basketball. It will belong to Virginia.
Blue ball is what Eric Bruton calls.
Everybody looking around going.
No, yeah, no, actually, yeah, blue ball is what it is. Shekinna Strickland stepped out of bounds. She was confused.
So Virginia will have it. You mentioned the youth of this Tennessee team, but the same could be said for Virginia due to some injuries and suspensions. There's not a lot off the bench as well for Debbie Ryan to work with.
Nice job fronting in the post by Glory Johnson to get that deflection. Yes, we need to get to that because that's a very important point that you made, Dave. You know, Paulisha Kellum was going to be the returning starting point guard, and she blew out her ACL late in October. But the biggest surprise is Lindra Littles, her 4-year player for Debbie Ryan, who is academically ineligible this fall. It's disappointing for Lindra, it's disappointing for Debbie, but most importantly, her teammates. She is working to try to make herself eligible by the ACC campaign, and they need her to make a run in the conference.
Glory Johnson elevates and connects. Quickly back come the Cavaliers. Monica Wright to the basket. She'll try it again off the iron, no good. That rebound pulled down by Fuller. Fuller up ahead to Smallbone. Can she chase it down? No, she can't. It'll be Virginia basketball. And one other addendum to that Virginia roster is the fact that Kristen London also not here, another experienced senior.
And I'm going to give you one more. Abby Robertson, a senior who elected not to play this year. That's huge for them in terms of taking up 5 fouls in the post and helping Mohammed, who has been prone to foul trouble at Virginia.
And Wright steps out of bounds. Thought she was bumped out of bounds. A third Virginia turnover.
And Monica Wright has power written about her in her guard package. And
yes.
She's not a finesse player now. She will go to the paint hard, and she can handle contact inside. She should be a player that should go to the free throw line 6 or 7 times for Virginia this year, a game.
Johnson can't convert, and then a foul against Tennessee. That'll go against Sydney Smallbone. Sophomore out of Granger, Indiana, will pick up her first.
And there's no way Smallbone is going to take that rebound away from Aisha Mohammed. The senior for Debbie Ryan at 6'3", Nigerian national team, played in the '04 Olympics.
Here's Wright. She'll line up the 3, dead on.
See, that's the danger of what Monica Wright can do, because she can beat you in many ways with the basketball in her hands.
McMahon being guarded closely by Moore. Very quiet building inside Thompson Bowling Arena tonight. And an offensive foul. Good defense from the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Virginia. They're quick, they're athletic, they're active on the defensive end, and Debbie Ryan is mixing it up. Monica Wright doing a great job, knowing where her feet are, squaring her shoulders. That is a beautiful looking jump shot.
Here's Milner.
And that's a smart play right there. She elects not to take the ball screen because Milner knows she can beat Smallbone off the bounce.
And a blocking foul.
You know, that's a second foul on Moore, David. Now that's a problem, because the point guard position after Sharnay Zoll, a 4-year starting point guard, graduated as the ACC's all-time leading scorer, and Paulisha Kellum goes down with the injury. Moore, the freshman, is forced to play the point.
So that'll bring in Whitney Edwards, a freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
And that will move Brittany Milner to the point. And Brittany Milner has always been known in her career at Virginia as a great on-ball defender, a disruptive defensive player.
There's some disruptive play from Whitney Edwards, who gets the ball back for the Cavs, and she'll come in off the bench firing.
How about the freshman in this house with the crowd that's here? Not intimidated at all. She didn't have a sweat going yet, Dave, and she's firing.
Virginia with the 1-point lead, 10-9. They're on a 7-0 run.
And that's the way Tennessee started the game, 7-zip.
Here's Kelly Kane. Long 3 from Strickland, no good. Loose basketball taken out of there by Edwards.
See, I think when you have Kelly Kane on the floor, you've got to give her a chance to get to the block. She's 6'6". Virginia can't match that.
And score another 2 in the books for Monica Wright and the Virginia Cavaliers, who have scored 9 straight points and lead at 13-9. 15:02 to go here in the opening half. The Cavaliers aren't intimidated on the road against the 7th-ranked Lady Vols.
Why join the Y? The YMCA offers members everything they want in a health and fitness club. If you're young, a senior, or somewhere in between, the Y is a program just for you. The Y has state-of-the-art fitness equipment and programs that improve your cardiovascular health, build muscle, or you can just have fun and make new friends. The Y is more than a health club, putting Christian principles into practice that build a healthy mind, spirit, and body for all. Join the Y now, and they'll waive the joining fee.
What do you think I should pay for my deductible? Do you think like $250, $500? Hi, what do you think? $500, $250? Collision, comprehensive? I don't even know what it means. Do you even know what that means?
Number 39.
Is a $1,000 deductible too high?
Number 40.
Hi. Maybe you can help me.
You know that place where lots of questions meets nobody seems to know?
I'm so there.
You like answers? Get advice and savings from a State Farm agent. Call, click, or visit and switch.
I asked my State Farm agent.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Virginia leading by 4 as the Lady Vols have missed 2 shots and 3 turnovers in their last 5 possessions. That has allowed Virginia to this 4-point advantage. another takeaway. Make that 4 turnovers. Here goes Wright to the other end.
Look at her breakaway speed in the open court. Monica Wright. That's why she's on the Wade and the Wooden Trophy watches.
Tennessee got off to a 7-0 start.
And Tennessee needs to work inside out. See, there's her advantage right there. Glory Johnson needs to take a power move to the basket. Good defense inside by Harding to hold her ground. Excuse me, that was Chelsea Shine, the freshman.
Oh, Virginia comes on the road. Lead it by 6. A young Tennessee club trying to find some answers early. Back to Knoxville in a moment. Virginia leading Tennessee 15-9. Both these teams off to 1-0 starts. Virginia knocked off High Point 78-48 on Friday night. Meanwhile, Tennessee beat San Francisco 68-39 here at Thompson Bowling Arena. And you know, both these coaches anxious to get this season started, but this is an early kind of big-time matchup just a few days into the season.
I mean, this is great. I mean, we saw an earlier matchup yesterday where Baylor at home was able to upset number 2 Stanford. It affected the AP poll. Things have changed. Both these teams remain where they were to start last week in the AP poll. It is exciting to see these early inter-conference matchups.
Somebody you were talking about during the break, Kelly Kane, getting involved offensively.
I mean, she's 6'6". This is her first game. She did not play in San Francisco game because of a concussion, but she got cleared, and she will be a factor. She's huge inside with great hands.
That shot blocked from Whitney Edwards.
Now here's the thing, though, Dave. You can't use Kane unless she can't get down the floor. Right. She's going to have to get in game shape so that she can get to the block and be a factor for Tennessee.
Coach Summit telling us before the game today about, you know, she's good for 3, maybe 3.5-minute spurts. But you can rest assured before the season's concluded that she'll be in there longer than 3-minute spurts.
Yeah, I have been impressed with Virginia's defense. They have done a nice job. They've been on the ball with great pressure. They've been active in the passing lanes. The 7th Tennessee turnover, and we've played 6 minutes in the game.
13:38 to go here in the opening half. There goes Wright to the baseline, pulls up. Kane grabs the rebound, now to Smallbone.
That's what I'm talking about, anticipation, looking ahead. Edwards doing a great job of getting the deflection.
Edwards, the daughter of former NBA player, Blue Edwards.
Got her twin sister over there, Brittany. It's not the first time Debbie Ryan has had twins. Remember Heidi and Heather Burge back in 1993?
Absolutely.
Helped Debbie go to a couple of Final Fours. Actually 3.
Pretty good run. Shot off the mark by Strickland.
And look at, no one identifies the ball, and they allow Mohammed and Wright to break down the middle of the floor. See, that's inexperience right there. You've got to stop the basketball. Monica Wright, very capable of running the point for Debbie Ryan.
Here's Wright. One of the first times we've seen Virginia in a legitimate half-court set. To the basket, won't go down, but free throws on the way.
Monica Wright calling her own number. Clear it out. I am taking the freshman to the hole. Watch right here. She's going left against Shekinna Strickland, who I thought was going to be the best defender on Wright tonight. Strong when she gets a step on you. She's got wide shoulders. Look at those pipes right there. Dave, I don't even think you want to try to check her.
No, there's no chance that will happen. I'm having trouble with my 3-year-old right now. Wright with a soft touch at the free throw line. Monica Wright.
She was second-team All-ACC last year. She led Virginia in scoring, led them in steals. She plays both ends of the floor. I got her on my first-team All-ACC ballot.
You know, an leader. She's captain of the USA Under-19 national team. Takes some of that leadership, brings it to this team, and certainly has the respect of her teammates.
Look at her getting a stance. Look at her move her feet, and she's guarding the quickest player maybe in women's college basketball right now.
Brianna Bass, 5'2" freshman out of Indianapolis, Indiana, gets it inside. Tennessee able to convert.
Dave, that's why I like Bassett to point for Tennessee, because she comes off that ball screen, gets a big on her, and looks right inside to Kane. She had the mismatch, and then she gets the deflection.
It'll be Tennessee basketball.
She's 5'2". She's from Indianapolis. She was a ball girl for the Indiana Fever. I've watched her rebound for many summers pregame. She's the only freshman that wasn't listed on the All-American list yet. I think she has a chance to make one of the greater impacts for Tennessee.
Here's Strickland. Kicks it out to Smallbone. Already has 1 3 tonight. Then Kane with the rebound. Put back, no good. Good hustle inside. Won't go down for Strickland. But free throws on the way, and that's the kind of play that'll keep Coach Summit happy. And she's all about defense and rebound.
Classic example right there of staying active on the offensive boards. If you're going to play for Tennessee, you better go to the glass. I think it's part of graduating here if you're going to play for the Lady Vols. You got to be able to rebound.
Right. You got to be excellent in the classroom, and you got to rebound, or you're not getting a diploma.
At NC State, we had to be able to swim before we could graduate.
See? They were glad to see me go at Florida State. I know that. They didn't have any requirements for me other than write a check. 17-15, Virginia out in front.
And see, ever since Moore went out of the game, Virginia has turned it over. The foul trouble by the freshman has put Virginia in a precarious position right now at the point.
That is turnover number 6 for Virginia. But the Cavs on the road still lead by 2. 11:58 to go in the opening half.
Screamed my head off. I was probably the loudest person in the entire arena. Don't you think?
Your friend's got pipes.
I got pipes.
Does that come with the tickets, or?
Yeah.
The nation's best fight for the title on Fox College Sports. The 2008 Boat US National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. 100 teams from the nation's top conferences square off for thousands in scholarship money and the title of national champion. The 2008 Boat US National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. Every Wednesday at 8 on Fox College Sports.
Tyler Smith leads the Vols against UT Martin tomorrow at 7.
Virginia shooting 41%. Tennessee, or excuse me, Virginia shooting 50%. Tennessee shooting 41%. And the Cavaliers lead it by 2. And certainly part of the reason Virginia a little bit wary of where their future goes is because of what's not here, and you see a couple of them right there.
Upsetting to see Paulisha Kellum when you talk about her getting the ACL injury and being out for the season. This will be her 3rd ACL, just a junior. So she'll have a chance to come back. 9 points a game, started 31 of 33 games last year. And I talked to her at shoot-around today, and she said, my responsibility now is to help Ariana Moore run the point. I am in her ear. I am doing everything I can to help her communicate and teach her how to run the point in Debbie's system.
She averaged 9 points, 3 rebounds a year ago. Stripped into the basket, no good. Tapped around, pulled out of there by Wright.
Now watch Muhammad run way ahead of Kane to the block. You see the wrong angle to make that delivery, and Bass read it the whole way.
Brianna Bass, all 5'2", count the basket. Nifty move from the freshman.
I'm telling you, she changes the tempo of the game for Tennessee already. Look how active she is on the ball.
Fuller nearly had her hands on it. Strickland does. Here's Fuller. She's got Bass to her left. Fuller spins, fires an all-court shot. Timeout, Virginia. Debbie Ryan not happy with how her team is handling this pressure from Tennessee, and the Lady Vols back out in front by 2.
Decision-making poor on the transition by Virginia and Brianna Bass. Watch how she crosses up right here and takes Monica Wright right to the basket and scores on a 5'11" power player. And then Monica Wright just loses the handle right here because Tennessee, coming off the timeout, is active. They're using their athleticism and their length on the defensive end to allow them to spurt to the offensive end.
Well, Bass says that one of her favorite players when she was that ball girl for the Indiana Fever was Tamika Catchings.
You think? Well, she's my favorite player.
I was going to say, if you're going to model your game after somebody, not a bad one. Former Lady Vol, All-American, All-World. Of course, not quite the same size as Catchings.
Catchings is I got a whole foot on her, I believe. I like the mentality Tennessee coming out with Brianna Bass and the way she is changing the tempo of the game. And Pat Summitt going to multiple looks defensively. Now they've got a little half-court trap on.
Last 7 possessions for Virginia. They've had 4 turnovers and 3 missed shots. And a traveling violation for making 5 turnovers.
But you know what?
Last 8 possessions.
Well, that's where Virginia needs to go to, and where they need to go with the ball right now is to Muhammad. She hasn't had a lot of touches inside. She's skilled, she's quick, she's in the best shape of her life right now.
How about the finger roll from Brianna Bass?
I was in film session yesterday with Tennessee, and Pat Summitt told Brianna Bass when she had that play right there, call that number and take it yourself.
Manning knocks down the jumper.
Virginia has to be careful right here. They got to be very careful they don't get caught up in that pace.
Where do you go?
You go to your All-American candidate.
And then comes up with a steal.
Who was also on the all-defensive team for the ACC.
And a blocking foul, no shot.
I'm telling you that Monica Wright can take a hit. She is going to be a tough check. Everybody on the Virginia schedule. Watch Bass right here. Comes up with a steal, and then nice job by Tennessee to run the floor. Alicia Manning with a mid-range jump shot.
So Bass will take a seat on that Tennessee bench.
And this is a play before where Monica Wright cleared it out and took it left.
There goes Wright, big hop step right into some of that tall timber for Tennessee. Manning picks up her dribble and will get it off to Strickland.
See now Strickland on this alignment right here runs the point. This is a 6'2" point guard in the women's game right here, Dave. Nobody has that.
Smallbone launches for 3, got it, her second of the evening. And just like that, it's a 7-point Lady Vol lead.
And Moore has to come back in the game with 2 fouls for Debbie Ryan because of the tempo that Brianna Bass has created for Pat Summitt. That's how much confidence Debbie Ryan has in Ariana Moore, her freshman. Look how she goes strong to the paint. Every single one of Virginia's guards are good off the bounce, equally gifted outside the arc. It makes them tough to guard. And Mohammed hasn't even gotten started inside. And she averaged 13 points, 9 boards a game last year.
Brewer picked up that foul, her first of the game. Brittany Edwards checks into the game for Chelsea Shine. Debbie Ryan looking on as Tennessee has gone on a 15-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. That's in response to Virginia's 12-0 run. Dave Neal along with Debbie Antonelli, Thompson Bowling Arena. An ACC-SEC matchup. Number 15 Virginia against number 7 Tennessee. Nice little mid-November treat and a traveling violation. We'll give it back to Virginia.
She changed her pivot feet at the top. Good call by Eric Bruton.
Boy, that is 9 turnovers for Pat Summitt's team.
And Tennessee goes to their horn set with Shekinna Strickland running the point. That's an option that they like, where she is as a big guard can post up as well.
Muhammad working hard down low. It'll still be Virginia basketball. Muhammad averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, shot 55% from the floor last year, playing 26 minutes a game.
For Monica Wright on this out-of-bounds play. She is at the top of the key.
Muhammad tried to draw the foul.
Well, that's not a good choice right there, and allows Tennessee to break. How about the confidence Pat Summitt has in Shekinna Strickland right here running the point? Look at the matchup advantage that she has size-wise.
And a hook underneath. Brewer trying to post up on Muhammad. That'll be her second foul. Boy, Muhammad has been very quiet.
She has, Dave.
And she won't be, I can tell you that. the full 40 minutes.
Not if Virginia's going to have a chance to come in here and upset on the road.
1 rebound, 0 for 2 from the field for Muhammad.
Now, this is the matchup that I thought, Shekinna Strickland. And that lob pass is too far to throw and allows Tennessee's help side to react. Monica Wright ought to know that. That's not a good decision. And some of the turnovers that Virginia has had have allowed Tennessee to create the tempo.
Strickland knocks down the 3. 29-20 Tennessee. Wright, pull-up jumper. A little too strong. Not much rebounding help underneath for the Cavs. In and out for Strickland. Here comes Moore. Got right to her left, offensive foul.
That is a heads-up play by Strickland. She takes the long 3, and now she's got to get back in defensive balance. She does a fantastic job. That is 3 on Moore, Dave.
Not good news for Debbie Ryan and company. But good news for Tennessee is Brianna Bass showing some game, the freshman out of Indianapolis, Indiana. 29-20 Tennessee.
You're watching Lady Vol Network coverage of Tennessee basketball on Sports South. Brought to you by First Tennessee, the official bank of the Lady Vols.
First leading Virginia. Debbie Ryan and her club got off to a good start. They kind of weathered an early storm by Tennessee, but the Lady Vols here at home seem to have gotten together. And part of the reason is Muhammad, 33 in blue over there, just hasn't been much of a factor. And, you know, there are a lot of reasons why, but still,